Welcome to the Crypto Angel channel. Let's see what's going on in the crypto markets. Bitcoin over the last few days has been going sideways, but there has been action in altcoins, which I have capitalized on exponentially. I don't think I pronounced that right. Exponentially over the last 24 hours. So I'll talk about that. I'll talk about what's going on with auction crypto because I know that pumped up massively yesterday. You got a massive move down last night, down to like $43 on auction token. It pumped back up to I think around 60 from $40. It went from after the dump from okay, it pumped initially from all the way up to about $68. Then it dumped down to $41. Then it pumped back to $60. And then now it's currently sitting around $28, $27. And I'll tell you about that. So I shorted it yesterday. I shorted it today. It was kind of crazy for what I did, but we'll get into that in a moment. Let's go look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Let me share my screen with you. If you guys are new, appreciate if you guys hit the like and subscribe button and help support the channel. If you guys are trying to join the trading group, link to join is in the description on YouTube and TikTok, and the Telegram is free as always. The trading group is $30 a month. I think it's great. I made some good money, and if you were following my calls in the trading group today, you would be in money as well today. So let's go over and first of all, let me share my screen on YouTube. We're on TikTok, like we are every single Monday and Saturday night at 11 p.m. Central Time. If we do ever have to change it, I'll let you guys know on the Telegram. That's what that's for. Right now, the Crypto Fear and Greed Index is sitting at 30. I will say I bought more Bitcoin today. It was nothing crazy. It was nothing spectacular. It was just a few $100, but I did buy more Bitcoin today. I plan to buy more every single week. That's just what I do. And next week, I'll buy a lot more because I'm going to be putting my tax return in there or something of the sort. So anyways, that's where we're at. We're in fear still on the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Thank you guys for the likes on TikTok. And that's just what we got going on as far as that is concerned. I am in one trade right now. I'm in a short on auction token. I've been scalping and trading that thing for the last 24 hours. And I slept, of course. The other hot coin that was on the charts today before we get to Bitcoin was Zeta. I'm going to be watching that one like a hawk as well because, you know, it's up. I believe, I don't know how much. It's up. It was up a lot today, over 50%. I don't know exactly now because the new day just started, but I know it's done quite well. We can go back and see that on 321 at this time, it was below 28. So 321 at 11 p.m. Central Time would be the 23 hour. So we're kind of sitting around 25, 26 this time yesterday, and now we're up to 36. So maybe that's not quite 50% move up. Well, yeah, it's damn close. Anyways, that was the other hot one. Let's go over to Bitcoin and break it all down. We also want to look at the crypto or look at Bookmap to see where the liquidity is sitting on Bitcoin. And let's do that right now. So right now we have the most liquidity on Bookmap. In this left column here, it's taking a while to load. I don't like that. I'm sorry. So right now, yeah, Bitcoin's done nothing over the last 36 hours. It's just going sideways. Right now, we have the most liquidity at $84,400. But overall, right now, it's looking likely it just wants to go sideways until Monday. So we'll see what happens. But overall, right now, Bitcoin just looks like it's going to be continuing to chop sideways. Now, if you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know, and I'll look at them after I finish my Bitcoin analysis. But it might be pretty quick on Bitcoin because it's just been going sideways. So let's go and see. Let's go to the charts though and see what we got going on for Bitcoin. So I will still look at Bitcoin because that's what we always do. And wow, excuse me. So on the weekly time frame, let me see what chart is a little bit cleaner. On the weekly time frame, you're oversold trying to get the bounce on the weekly. The 3-day time frame right now, you can see it's a lackluster move up based on the stock RSI. The 3-day time frame is currently sitting at 50 out of 100. That's to me bearish because the fact that you're going up so fast on the stock RSI, oh my gosh, the fact you're going up so fast on the stock RSI and not getting a bigger move to the upside, and we're nowhere near the top of this channel up around 108,000, tells me that the 3-day time frame is either going to roll over here on the RSI, and the price is going to roll over as well, or maybe we get up to 80,000 or 90,000, I mean, and then roll over. I believe Bitcoin's about to dump here, and I'll tell you why in a second. But overall, right now, Bitcoin looks bearish based on the 3-day stock RSI. On the 2-day, you can see you're not overbought, but it looks even worse than Bitcoin on the 3-day. So I'm still buying. I believe this is accumulation time for Bitcoin, but I still believe that we are still in for another month at least of down or sideways action. The daily. So this is interesting. Bitcoin is not, let me just go full screen here. This is very important. I believe the daily is the most important chart in a bull run. Bitcoin in this bull run, ever since you broke $65,000 several months ago and then went to 108,000 and then came back down, Bitcoin still, I do not believe, has not closed a daily candle without at least wicking above the 200-day moving average on the daily time frame. You wicked into it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Hold on a second. Bitcoin right here on the 18th of March, several days ago, actually, that was the first candle that did not wick into and touch the 200-day moving average. So the 18th of March was the first day that Bitcoin did close a daily candle below the 200-day moving average. But then the next day, you had to move up to 87,000 almost. Then you moved right back down. So you only had one daily candle close below the 200. And yeah, so Bitcoin, though, to me, and then most recently on the 22nd you did, and then also now you're at risk of it unless you can break 84,000. So if you don't get above $84,800, even 84.9 in the next 22 hours or so, or in the next 20 hours before the next daily candle close, then that's going to be the first time this bull run where we close multiple consecutive daily candles below the 200-day moving average. So what that means is that usually whenever Bitcoin is below the 200-day moving average on the daily time frame, that's a bear market. I don't believe we're in a bear market, but that'd be a good sign if you only go by that indicator that we are. It's not good if Bitcoin does not get a move at least above 85K, 84.9 tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. I believe we're in a bull market still. I think it's a longer cycle because now there's institutions in here. But maybe I'm wrong. But I'm buying Bitcoin like Bitcoin is still in a bull run. And honestly, worst case scenario, if Bitcoin is not in a bull run anymore, then guess what? I'll be buying Bitcoin all the way down to the lows. And then in the next bull run, I'll just sell then because I don't need to sell it right now. So on the daily time frame, Bitcoin is bearish. You can see that we're overbought and we have made lower highs. That's just what's going on. So, yeah, let me just make sure I'm not missing anything in the chat. I don't see any comments yet. So the daily time frame is bearish for Bitcoin. The 12-hour time frame doesn't look fantastic either. Let's jump down to the 8-hour. Again, just sideways price action. Now, the 6-hour is trying to make a higher low, but that is not a good pattern. That's not a falling wedge or anything. That's just bearish. And honestly, it's bad. The 4-hour time frame is kind of lackluster, and I mean, at this point, you could say that was your flagpole, and now you're making a bear flag on the 4-hour. I'm open-minded to that being the case as well. I really don't see a big measure move coming tomorrow. It's likely that Bitcoin, if it does anything, would be looking to make the move Monday because honestly, this weekend has been one of the most dry weekends or sideways weekends for Bitcoin in a very long time. And honestly, usually I'd be bored out of my mind. Overall, I gotta say I don't really care because altcoins have been awesome, up and down, and I've been shorting them. So today I shorted altcoins. I told my trading group what I was doing, and we made money. If you followed me at least. So right now the measure move out of this 4-hour bear flag, if you do dump, would be approximately just below 80,000, down to $79,700 for Bitcoin. So that would be the bearish target. That'd be the bearish scenario. We'll see if that happens. That is again your target at $79,800 to be conservative. So that's just what we got going on. And let me just post this really quick before I forget. That is the bearish scenario for Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame. If we jump down to the 3-hour time frame, not much there. The 2-hour time frame, not much there. You can see that you're about to be at the top of the channel. If you can't break through 84.3, that'd be a rejection off the top of the channel, which the 1-hour is starting to show a possible rejection off the top of this bear flag. And the fact that 1-hour is showing that really suggests that sometime Monday we could get a bounce. The end of this triangle really does end Monday around 2 p.m. So sometime Monday, before market close in the stock market, I'd be expecting a massive move for Bitcoin, and 68% of the time, it means that it's going to be dumping out of this pattern. So we'll see what happens. But Bitcoin on the 4-hour and less looks kind of sketchy. Half-hour looks bad. The 15-minute time frame, again, rolling over, lower high. You could even say that's maybe a rising wedge here on the 15. So again, I got to say, I'm not thrilled by what I'm seeing in the charts, and it looks like Bitcoin does want to roll over. I could be wrong. Bitcoin needs to get out of this pattern. The first step to doing that would be to break 84,300. If you don't break 84.3, I'd be looking for shorts and altcoins. So if Bitcoin can break 84.3, that'd be the step in the right direction. If you can't break 84.3, I would say the rest of tonight then. If Bitcoin stays below $84,300, I would be looking for a move down for Bitcoin and for altcoins. If you get above 84.3, then short term for the rest of the night, I'd be bullish for a possible move as high as really 84. It'd be even higher than that, more like 86.7. If you break 84.3, I see a move to 86.7 coming and likely. If you stay below 84.3, though, I would be looking for a short in the markets. So, not financial advice. That's just what I see going on right now. Let's go. Let me go check out my short. So I do have a short open on weeks. So I'm keeping my stop loss at the 1 minute 200-day moving average. So let's move that down a little bit. Right now, we are sitting in, I don't know how much money it is right now. It's over $50, I do believe. $50 exactly. So it says right there, $50.43. This is a $100 account. And yeah, I'm happy with that. So if you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know, and I will look at the charts. I forgot to get my other screen going, so let me just do that really quickly. And yeah, let me also make sure that the music is working. And anyways, so that's the only trade I'm in right now is this auction short. I said that in my trading group, this was a broadening falling wedge or rising wedge. These break down 68% of the time. I don't talk about these very often because they are very rare. But I did say at 10:51 p.m., 20 minutes ago, 10 minutes before the live stream started, that this was a bearish pattern. If you weren't in the short, that would have been an okay entry around that time. At 10:50 p.m., we were sitting right here, and that was basically the top. I basically called the top at $28. I've been in the short now. Really, the most recent short since $30.98. So see what happens. But to me right now, if we don't cross the 1 minute 200-day moving average, it's likely you continue the short to the downside on auction. I don't know why it's dumping so much. I know it's had a massive run. Let me turn. It's a little loud. I know it's had a massive run recently. I know auction is up 108% on the month. It's up 47% on 3 months, 80% in 6 months, and overall year to date 50%. So overall, most recently, it has had a massive move. Almost hit all-time highs yesterday, and now it's just capitulating. I believe it went on a major exchange, and that's why the pump happened. But to give it all back is really, it's not good. So to me, I'm in a short, and until we see a move above the 200 on 1 minute, I don't see why you should do anything besides short it. So that's kind of what we got going on. So thank you for the follow, Luis RV. I appreciate it. I agree with you. Awesome. Check Ton, check Cardano. All right. So let's go do that. So the first request that I see was Ton token. That was the first request I see. And I want to just see really quickly if we have any. Okay, so we got two. All right. Thank you for the likes on YouTube. I appreciate that. Let's go back and watch Ton. Come on. What? My computer's being slow. I probably need to restart it after the stream. I don't know what's going on. It's kind of lagging. It's not okay. So Ton, start weekly time frame and see what's going on. Ton, what's it doing? Okay. Oh, I'm just going to start on the daily. I don't think there's enough data on the weekly. Daily time frame is below the 200-day moving average, currently at $5. We are all the way down at 364. And Ton right now trying to make, that's a lower high. On the daily, that's a lower high. Just being transparent, that is a lower high on the daily time frame. And that's not good. I will say it's trying to flag out and make a bull flag here. Even though it's a lower high, that could become a bull flag here on the 12-hour, on the daily. Although that's kind of going up. That's making a higher high. That's kind of bearish to me. Let's look at the 8-hour. 8-hour oversold. Yeah, that's definitely a rising wedge on the 8-hour time frame. So we'll see what happens. These break down 68% of the time. Now, if they break up parabolically. But if they break down, you'd be making a lower low. So I'll give you the scenario to the downside. Scenario to the downside is approximately $1.90. And the upside target's above $5, above the 200-day moving average on the daily. That'd be awesome. But the move is most likely to the downside, and that would give you a measure move of $1.94. That's a big difference. So this needs to break up for the bulls to have a chance The good situation is the ton is above the 200 on the 4-hour time frame. That's a very, very good sign. Oh my gosh, this is getting absolutely annihilated. So that rising. Hold on a second. I have to look at this. This is crazy. Let me move my stop loss down a little bit more. The rising wedge that I gave in the trading group was to $25, right? I said $25 was likely. We're at 26.32 and dumping. We'll see if we hit that measured move of $25. All right. Printing money today in the altcoin sector. All right, let's go back to ton. So ton right now on the 4-hour time frame is above the 200. Let's go down to the 1 hour. You're above it on the 1 hour. That's a good sign. Was a 6-hour above it yet? 6-hour was above it. Was it 8-hour above it? Well, I'd like to say anytime you get above the 200 on the 6-hour, you likely go to the 8-hour. That's currently sitting at 389. If you get above it on the 8-hour, I'd look for it to go to the 200 on the 12-hour. Ton right now on the 8-hour and less is in an uptrend. So right now, ton right now is most likely actually to go up and break out of this rising wedge based on the current trend. Even though the daily on the RSI is making a lower high, we could get a massive parabolic move to the 200-day moving average on the 12-hour time frame. So we'll see what happens. I would be looking for ton to make a move up to at least 444 on the 12-hour and probably likely minimum back to 390. So those are my targets on ton based on moving averages alone, and we'll see what happens. But that is kind of what I see going on. I want to see, going back to my altcoin trade, we'll look at the next. So that's my current prediction on ton, is that we get a move to the upside. The trade's now up $60. That's just phenomenal. Again, I will tell you what amount of money I started trading with yesterday, trading auction, and you guys would not believe me. So I don't know if I want to say it. So that's ton in a nutshell. What was the other token? My connection is no good. Let me know if that's any better. It says my connection's good. Check Cardano. To the moon. Check Cardano. Let's go look at Cardano. Ton looks good to me. I see a move coming to the upside here. I don't want to look at that Cardano. We'll look at the USDT one. So we'll start on the daily time frame for this. I see Cardano in a massive falling wedge on the daily time frame ever since you made that high at $1.30. And now it's struggling to get the bounce. You got that manipulation that Cardano was going to be in the something Trump announced. I don't even remember what it was. Some kind of reserve. You got that massive move to the upside up to $1.16. You came back down, and now it's kind of just struggling. So you're still you. This is how I see it. Going back to the daily. Let's go back to the daily time frame on Cardano. You were in this falling wedge. You broke out of it. You broke back into the pattern. I pretend it like you never left the pattern and you're still in this falling wedge. So to me, Cardano never left the falling wedge because it did happen, but because you got back in the pattern, it doesn't really matter. And you can pretend like it never happened. And they still break up 68% of the time. And to me right now, Cardano is below key moving averages. You're below the 4-hour. You're probably below the daily, or you're right at the daily. Are you below the 3-hour? Yes. Are you below the 1 hour? Yes. Are you below the half 33-minute time frame? Yes. Are you below the 50-minute time frame? Pretty much. Yeah, it looks like you're about to lose the 15,200. If you lose that, I'd be looking for the 10-minute. If you lose that, I'd be looking at the 7-minute. It's really simple. I just go from time frame to time frame and see if you're losing these key moving averages. An auction just lost $26. Next target is $25 on this current trade setup. Now up 60. What's it up? $63. That's just absurd. Actually absurd. All right, so that's Cardano. Cardano actually, ton looks more bullish than Cardano. Cardano looks bearish to me right now. So. And to be honest with you, I just see something new here. Let me make this a different color so you guys can see what I see. But like Cardano to me right now, if you just look at this, is in like a bear flag. Let me just remove all the other drawings and we're going to start fresh here. Cardano to me is in a bear flag now on the 4-hour time frame. And I didn't see this earlier. I didn't see this a few moments ago, but now I do. And this is not a good situation. This is what I see going on for Cardano is a move down. These break down 68% of the time. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm saying the betting probability is that it does happen. So that is not a good situation. You never got overbought there. I would say actually the more likely measured move is even lower than what my first target was. So you could have a target at 30 cents. You could have another target down at 16 cents. If you start to get the dump down, that'd be catastrophic. I mean, I don't know if you go down to 16 cents. That would be like a black swan event. And the fact that I only see Cardano being this bearish tells me it's unlikely to happen unless Cardano's going to be an outlier. If I saw all these charts looking that bearish to me, I would be thinking a black swan event could happen. But overall, to me, that's a real extreme bearish scenario. If you want to be bullish again, you need to see Cardano break the 200 on the 4 hour, which is currently sitting at 75 cents. I would say that's most likely to happen, but the pattern says you break down. So we'll see what happens. That's the bear scenario. You need to have both on your target. I would not go long until you break above 76 cents. And if you break and take out this low at 64, I mean, a short would be in order. You could even enter a short now with a stop above 76 cents, and your R&R would be pretty good. This is not financial bias. That's just what I see going on in the charts. So that's Cardano for you in a nutshell. So, yeah, that's Cardano for you in a nutshell. Nothing's impossible. And I'm saying that is an extreme bear scenario, is that you get a move to the downside. That's still, you have to see that as a bear flag. I did say, though, you basically never broke out of the pattern. And if I'm saying that, then this would be negated, because the only reason you have that big of a measure move to the downside is because of that big spike up. So to me, actually, I would agree that that's pretty much invalidated based on what I just said. But it still should be on the radar. I would say it's about a 10% chance you get that move down because of where we're at in support and resistance. But I mean, I would still again have it on your radar, because in crypto, anything can happen. In any market, anything can happen, but especially crypto. Let me put back my support and resistance levels, and we will go from there. So, if you guys have other requests, let me know. This continues to bleed out. We are now on auction token down to $25.73. This is crazy. $67 now in the trade. Awesome. So I don't know if you guys, I'll tell you guys, I don't know if you guys would believe it, but let me go to the 50-minute time frame on auction token. And where did we have this dump? So right here, for the heck of it, somehow on the 1 minute candle, right before auction started dumping yesterday, we were sitting around, I could go back to my P&L and prove it. We were sitting around, I don't know, $60. And I think I opened a short around $62 yesterday on the 1 minute time frame when you lost a 200-day moving average. And I shorted this. I only had $1.50 in the trade on 20x leverage. I cashed out approximately somewhere down here with $20. And then I don't know if I took any more trades. I think that was it for the night, or maybe I took another scalp that I made $5 or $10 on. Then today, I had $20, and then I took a short right here. I turned that $20 into $76 from $1.50 yesterday, which is crazy. And then I had like $90 in the account between the 20 and 76 profit. And now my account's sitting, before I entered this most recent trade, I had, I think, $95 from the $1.50 I made yesterday, which is absolutely crazy. And now we're up another $67 in the trade. So now 67 plus almost 100. I've turned $1.50 yesterday to $170 in about 30 hours leverage trading this token, all from auction pretty much, which is crazy. I'm not bragging. I got a little bit lucky with how volatile it was, but that's what I did, and that's why I'm pretty impressed with what we got going on here. It's likely you get a bounce back to the 21 now on the 1 minute candle. We did get as low as 25.52, so we almost hit that measure move. But yeah, that's what we got going on auction token. So if you guys have any other requests, let me know or look at them. Ask Coin, you want me to look at Ask Coin? Come on, bro. That's crazy. See, I go to YouTube, I click YouTube, and it doesn't want to do anything. What? I don't know if I want to look at Ask Coin. I'll see what the chart looks like, and we'll go from there. If it's not on TradingView, I'm not going to look at some random shitcoin, meme coin. Ask Coin. I can't imagine this is going to be fruitful to my... That can't be good. There's no volume. It's on XC as well, which doesn't. There's literally no volume. This is the 4-hour time frame. There's not even volume on the 4-hour. Bro. Well, it's on. No, it's not. That's a different token. Okay, I'm not looking at it. Okay, we're done with that. No. Some requests, guys, I'm just not. This doesn't make any sense. There's no volume on the chart. So that is kind of what we got going on. Bitcoin right now, again, needs to break $84,300 to be bullish. Otherwise, I'd be looking for shorts for tonight. I don't know what you mean by Cardano averages are skewed because of that Trump fake out. I'm not sure what that means. I don't know what that means to any sort of anything. So, yeah. But that's kind of where I sit tonight. I'll be back live Monday, 11 p.m. Central Time, and I'll do a few more requests. But overall, that's what I got going on. I'm sticking to this short on auction token on the 1 minute, as long as you don't break the 200. And now the 1 minute, I mean, it's just the 1 minute time frame, but you are making a lower high, though. Wow, that's gonna. The last time the 1 minute was overbought was at $28, and now the 1 minute's getting overbought at approximately $26. That's not a good sign. I don't know why it's dumping so much, because like a week ago today you were at $25, so you would think that this basically has to be the lowest, but it might not have to be. I mean, who knows what is going on? Like, you were almost at all-time highs, and now you went from almost $70 back down to $25. Like, that's crazy. $25.50. Yikes. And it's likely now you break $26, but still, you have to get back above the 1 minute 200. Otherwise, this dump is not going to be done. You got so look how close that was. I would almost consider that hitting my take profit, but that's pretty crazy. That dump on auction. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but I would expect a massive bounce here. You would think the chart doesn't suggest that, but at some point you would kind of assume you're due for that massive bounce to the down, back to the upside. You just are due for it. But until that happens, I'll stay short. It's not rocket science. If you do not break 28.40, I'll stay short. I probably need to move my stop loss down again on this. Do I? A little bit, not much. So yeah, that's what we got going on. I'd be looking for a short on Bitcoin and the entire crypto market if Bitcoin can't break 84.3. It's that simple. If this, then that. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. That's just what I see going on for Bitcoin. You have to break that level. If you don't break that level, the entire market is probably going to go sideways or slightly down tomorrow. And that's just where I see. I also see it in that bear flag for Bitcoin. So I would say the bear flag is negated at 84.3. Otherwise, again, it just doesn't look pretty for Bitcoin. With that being said, guys, that's all I got. I don't see anything else going on. I think this short, based on the 1 minute alone, is likely to continue for auction. So I'm going to probably stay up late tonight, as long as you keep getting the dump, because I want to manage this trade. Keep moving my stop down as we keep moving down. If that keeps happening, like at what point does this bounce? That's what I'm curious about at this point. So I don't know, man. It looks really, really bad for auction, even though yesterday it looked phenomenal. So there's probably a lot of manipulation that happened as well. But yeah, it just doesn't look very fruitful for auction token right now. Now it's saying I lost connection. I don't know. Hold on a second. I'm not sure why it says that. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. I'm really not sure what's going on with TikTok today. I don't know. It's really weird. Now it says good connection, so maybe now it's fixed. Anyways, guys, that's kind of all I got. If you guys enjoy this, make sure you guys hit the likes and subscribe. I don't see any other requests. I'll be back live Monday, 11 p.m. Central Time. If you guys want to join the trading group, link to join is in the description. And again, I'm short on auction, and I mean, I wouldn't enter a short on Bitcoin based on what I just said. I mean, you could easily. Your stop loss could be pretty tight at 84.3, but just because it's going sideways, I guess you could enter a short and it'd be pretty low risk if your stop could be at 84.3 or above it. But to me, it just it's lackluster. It's a lackluster weekend trading. My screen went dark on YouTube, and that's fine because I'm about to get out of here. But that's just what I see going on. With that being said, guys, I hope you all have a great night. Thank you guys for hitting the likes. Hopefully, you guys hit the subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until Monday, 11 p.m. Central Time. Trade safe. Have a great rest of your weekend. I see more downside for Bitcoin if you don't break 84.3. And yeah, that's all I got. Cheers and have a great rest of your night. As always, guys, this is my new slogan: respect the trend. The trend is your friend. Until the end, baby. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers and have a great night. Adios, folks. My screen froze, I think. I don't know what's going on.